Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
We're back.
Happy Friday.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, bitches.
Holy shit.
Cinco de Drinko.
Yeah, we missed the boat with that one. We should have got tequila.
Ooh, this Pendleton's good.
It's good.
It's not as good as Midnight.
Last time Nick talked all sorts of shit because I bought a $9 bottle of rum, so I had to step my game up and get Pendleton for him.
Pendleton, Canadian whiskey. Nothing wrong with Canadian whiskey. I'm not saying that. I'm just, when you think, yeah, so.
Strong. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
What's up, dude? So we had a couple weeks off. We're back at it, people.
Yeah, we've been really fucking busy. It's good. I mean, business booming, but yeah, we've been busy the past 2 weeks. Yeah. But we're making a precedent. We got to do these on Fridays.
We do. And we said we were going to be consistent with it, but here's the deal. We kind of took on additional responsibilities here.
Additional duties,
right? And we thought it was going to be a smart idea. Now we have this printer, like, hey, let's bring in some extra business and it'd be extra revenue. It would help offset some of the cost of the printer. And it was just a horrible idea. Horrible. And we felt it. And so that's actually like a learning lesson, I think, for any entrepreneur out there is don't do it. Don't do it. Like, focus on your wheelhouse, because we definitely felt it. We brought in these extra deals. We said, hey, we're going to take care of this. And the business actually suffered. You could see it in the performance of the business. So unless you have a bunch of resources there that can support you to, not let your business suffer, I don't recommend doing it.
Yeah, we didn't realize how much work it was going to be. I think that was it. And we figured out by doing it and by accepting an offer. Basically, we accepted an offer from a person that we said, hey, we'll print your shirts for you. Let's see what it is. Let's see how long it is. And it took us 4 days straight. Yep. 4 days straight of working. And we put UXO on the back burner. And we definitely did see the business suffer from it.
Yeah. It's a learning lesson.
Yeah, it's a learning lesson. It's all good. But it's been all good from there, and we're staying busy, and we're not going to accept any more shirt offers, so sorry, guys.
That is correct.
Closed up shop.
What else is going on?
So, working at UXO, and we are trying to bring on more team members. And it's been a fun process for me, trying to figure out, because we're walking this line of we want to bring on more athletes, more competitors, more people that represent the brand, right? And I have been going down rabbit holes of social media to find those type of people. Yeah. And it's been really cool because we found really great people. We brought in more people onto the team the past 2 weeks. But some of the people that I have talked to, oh my God. It's been so. I'll have to tell you a little story. So I reached out to this military personnel in the Marine Corps, and I thought it would be a good image. She's a fitness influencer, quote unquote, kind of, in the Marine Corps. Posts a lot of stuff about being in the Marine Corps, some cool videos or whatever, and has 7,000 followers. So I was like, okay, cool, not too big.
Micro influencer.
Yeah. Then that's what we're getting into, because we've had some issues with some big people. Anyways, I reach out to her, and granted, she has 7,000 followers, not that big. I reach out to her and on Instagram, and she goes, yeah, for any inquiries to me for any businesses, you have to reach out to my manager.
Oh, shit. She got a manager.
I go, what, bitch? With 7,000 followers, you got a fucking manager? Like, this is the people that I'm dealing with?
Damn.
Yeah. Reach out to my manager.
Kudos to her, right?
I guess.
Shit. Writing contracts.
I needed signed paperwork. If you're going to work with me, you're going to have to sign some paperwork.
Talk to my
lawyer. It was
lawyer.
Pretty, I didn't even know what to say to that. I was like, well, you're definitely not one person that we want on the team. So, okay, on to the next one.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, we'll run into that. We've already known that from the get. There's a lot of people out there that, and maybe it's good. Maybe she has self-worth. She's identified what she perceives her value to be, and Who knows? Maybe she's got some excellent engagement, but yeah, this day and age, everybody's an influencer. Everybody's got a lot to bring to the table.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's hard. Everyone's about themselves, and it's like, how do we bring them? Like, I'm trying to create a team. I mean, you have a team environment. We want to keep cultivating that team environment.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bring on people that are individual minded, and it's all about them. I can't have that. Right. We can't have that.
No, and I think that a lot of businesses that are starting to catch that, they're starting to realize that, because there's huge influencers out there that want a paycheck and everything like that, and they are whatever you want to call it, their personalities, their characters, right? Like they have good personalities, and they may drive business, but I think that there's a shift in dynamics in the industry as a whole, because now I feel like people are getting burnt out on the idea of what an influencer is and who's influencing them. And now people are starting to stray more and are more apt to take their friends' advice over someone. Like, even myself, I think about it, like, when's the last time I bought something because I saw an influencer talk about it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I ever have, but I'm more apt to listen to a friend that's making a genuine recommendation. And that's kind of been our shift. Like, we're looking for more micro influencers versus the macro influencers, because I feel that there's more of a personal touch to it. And with my business, like, that's the goal of UXO, right? Like, we're not a huge conglomerate, and our focus is to have more of a relationship with our customer base, being that smaller business.
Yeah.
And yeah,
not for very long, expanding rapidly.
Well, and I hope, yes, we will continue to expand. We will continue to grow, but I don't want to lose touch of that.
No.
That small business mindset, the relationship side of it.
Yeah.
With our customer base, with our clientele, with our wholesale accounts, right? You can't do that.
Yeah. And it's tough walking that line, because it's like, we aren't the Redcons. We aren't the people that you can go on their website, apply for an ambassadorship, and right then and there you get your code, you know? But at the same time, we need to bring in more people to build the team.
Right. And we constantly look for ways to evolve it too. And that's why, we have this new software. I don't want to talk too much about it, right? But I'm excited for it. And the ambassadors are too. So we look at ways to invest back into it to incentivize the ambassadors more. Because obviously we know that they are a huge driving force in what we do. So I don't want to auto approve everybody and be a Redcon one where anybody can get in, because I want that group to be a prestigious group. I want them to feel honored to be a part of that group. I want them to get recognition, get the rewards, be involved in our content.
Yeah,
that's huge to me. I know you're the same way with Until Death Barbell and everything you do with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted that team atmosphere. And again, we are growing as well, but I also walk the line of Until Death. Like, I do want to get it out there, but at the same time, I'm not going to bring on every single person. I'm not,
you saturate it and you lose kind of sight of your vision, your foundation.
Yep. And it's not, I have heavy hitters on the team, and I have people that are just, die hard for the brand and have 100 followers. And I'm good with that too. It's just like, because you can't sell someone on the mission. Does that make sense? Like, I can't make someone believe in the mission. They have to believe in it themselves 100%. And really dive into it.
You can take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I've had people from the beginning with Until Death that have bought every single drop from day one. And it's like, you hardly ever find those type of people. Of course, I want you to be on the team.
That's who you want, right?
You believe in what I'm trying to do.
That's who you want to have as an ambassador.
Yeah.
It's your hardcore customers,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, I don't really care about, I don't want to say that I don't really care about pushing out the brand and like trying to make a lot of money. Obviously, it is about money that I can provide for more athletes, more competitions. Like, that's our driving force right there. And we're doing it tomorrow. Like, we have the strongman comp going on tomorrow at Iron Legacy. And that was because people are, buying clothes from us, shirts and apparel and what have you. And we're able to put on these competitions because of that. So, But at the same time, it's not, I don't want to, like you say about UXO, bring on everybody and saturate it to a point where you're like, I'm just a cog in the machine, you know? Like for you, like ambassadors, and for me as well, like with the team, I feel like everyone knows where to find me. They can message me a lot. Yep. Majority of people on the team have my phone number. So if you ever need anything, I'm call away, and you're the same way. But you lose that sense once you start bringing on every single person. Doesn't matter what it is.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's the challenge, man. It's a double-edged sword. You want to grow, you don't want to stagnate, but you want to grow the right way. Mm-hmm. What else is going on in the world, man?
I watched an awesome documentary that I told you about the other day. Moment of Contact.
Moment of Contact.
Yeah, Joe Rogan just had him on the podcast. James Fox is the director, and it's about an extraterrestrial encounter in Brazil in 1996, which I didn't know about, and I'm a huge, big alien.
You're a nerd.
Alien guy. I've always been UFO aliens, man. They're out there. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
You celebrated May the 4th?
No, I'm not.
Are you that nerdy?
No, well, and nerdness, I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I watched, when I was a kid, obviously, I watched all the old Star Wars. I just feel like when Disney bought it now, it's just like every single it's commercialized. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm losing that sense. Like the new Star Wars, like The Force Awakens, I thought it was garbage. The new series. Rogue One was awesome, though. I don't know. Did you ever watch Rogue One?
Can't remember if I watched that one.
But that one was a different director from the actual.
See, yeah, I wasn't bought into the new, I guess, like he's like Darth Vader.
Yeah, what about Darth Vader?
No, the new one, like in the so it's that dude. He's the actor.
Obi-Wan.
What?
Obi-Wan series?
No. As they grew and they expanded on, I don't even know what the character is. Is it Darth Vader's kid?
I don't know.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God, you haven't. All right, so I think it was Force Awakens.
Okay.
But the bad guy,
Kylo Ren. He's the bad guy in Force Awakens. Kylo Ren.
Who?
He's like the Marine Corps actor. He was in the Marine Corps, and now he's an actor. His name's Kylo Ren in the series. I forget what his name is.
Yeah, maybe we're not. See, the guy I'm thinking about, he was in the Gucci movie. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Man, House of Gucci.
Was that a good movie?
And the main actor, Adam Driver.
Yeah, I'm talking about Adam Driver.
Oh,
he was Kylo Ren. Yeah, that was his name in Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
he's not a scary dude. Like, he was intimidating until he took his mask off, and I was like, bitch. I ain't afraid of this dude. Get the fuck out of here. Like, this guy's going to intimidate me? No.
Yeah.
I'll punch him in the mouth.
Yeah. Punch him in the mouth. Supposedly he's like a really good guy.
No, I bet, but he's just not.
He's just not.
I feel like he was miscast in that role, because that dude was scary as fuck with a mask on, and the minute he took his mask off, and he's like in the corner crying and stuff. It's like,
yeah, there was a lot about that series that pissed me off. I watched it obviously, but now and then I watched Obi-Wan. I still haven't watched all of The Mandalorian, but I've heard really good things about The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I kind of lost touch after it was like the original 3.
Yeah,
original 3 was where it was at. Even when they rebooted it and they brought in that I don't know, the little kid that was a race car driver, and
yeah,
I was just like,
First off, it's called pod racing.
See, you are that nerd. You did celebrate.
No,
May the 4th.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough time. I like it. I do like Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have enough time to fucking go down every series. You know. Yeah. And I do know those diehards that are all into it. Will watch every single thing. They're going to watch the cartoons. They're going to watch whatever Disney puts out. But
yeah,
just profiting
not for me.
Everything. It's just all about profit, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Disney, like you've seen in Disney World, they have the whole Star Wars exhibit now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I would like to go see that. But again, it's all about that.
Yeah.
Making money, baby.
Yeah. So I like Harry Potter more. You watch the Harry Potter series? Why do you look at me like that?
God dang You went from May the 4th to Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter's badass, dude.
Big old nerd.
Harry Potter's fucking badass.
Harry.
Slytherin, bitches. That's it.
Slytherin.
Yeah. That would be my house if I was in this. I think so. Yeah. You ever take those Harry Potter?
Slithery.
Okay.
What else is up, man?
Yeah.
Oh, but we went way off topic.
I told you that I'm not going to go into the China debacle because I feel like every podcast for the past.
But the thing is, like, my wife, and she even tells me, she's like, stop watching the goddamn news because I get pissed watching the news, and I go off on this, I go off on that, and yeah, you're right. I don't even want to talk about this podcast.
We're not talking about it, guys.
It starts brewing in my head, and then I want to punch something. But yeah, but back to the aliens, because that's where we were going.
Yeah, and then you brought up May the 4th, and then we went down that rabbit hole. But yeah, the aliens are here, guys. If you haven't watched Moment of Contact, and it's on everything, but I watched it on Amazon. You have to buy it, but it is fucking incredible. One of the best, after James Fox's first documentary, The Phenomenon, one of the best alien documentaries I've ever seen.
So you believe in aliens?
100%.
You fucking nerd.
Dude, the universe,
Harry Potter to, you went from Star Wars to Harry Potter.
You don't believe in aliens? You don't believe in aliens. You believe that we're the only life in the universe.
Absolutely. 100%.
Selfish. Selfish.
No, but tell them about this documentary.
So in 1996 in Brazil, there was a supposedly UFO crash in which there were aliens running around the town.
How many?
Supposedly 5.
Oh, there were 5?
There was 5 aliens.
I thought it was like 2. There were 5 aliens.
Well, there was
around
2. There was 2 recovered supposedly. There was one.
Where'd the other 3 go?
Recovered. They were dead.
Oh.
Yeah, because it crashed. So there was a big lightning storm the night in January of 1996, and supposedly one of the lightning struck this UFO, and it crashed in the middle of Virginia, Brazil. When it crashed, 2 of the aliens survived and then ran out of their craft, and then one got stuck in the town, and then they interviewed the three girls that were little at the time. I think one was 21, the others were like teenagers or younger. That actually witnessed an alien or a creature that was huddled up against this wall. And then they ran away because they were scared as fuck. They came back, it was gone. One of the military police down there, because the military was called in, which was weird to all of the civilian population. They're like, what the fuck is the military doing in the town, blocking off access? Because they interviewed like the townspeople saying like they wouldn't even let me go to my house because the road was blocked off. Mm-hmm. And one of the military police officers supposedly was driving down the road looking for something unusual. They didn't tell him what he was supposed to look for. Something unusual, and then this creature ran across the car. The driver of the vehicle gets out, grabs the creature, throws it in the back of the car. They go to a hospital, the first hospital. The first hospital is like, what the fuck did you just bring in? Like, I don't know what this is. Get it the fuck out of here. They bring it to a second hospital, and that's when they actually did x-rays to figure out. And the x-ray technician, they interviewed the x-ray technician. But what was interesting about it was, I think 2 days later, within 48 hours, the guy that grabbed the alien or creature, whatever, died from an infection. And there was an undiagnosed infection. They don't have the hospital records of that. But they ended up interviewing the doctor of the guy that died. And he said that, yeah, it was an infection that he's never seen before. But the medical records are gone. And then the U.S. Air Force came in and supposedly took it back to the U.S., and that's where the case went cold, they said. But they interviewed a fuck ton of people. And then
everybody had like the same story.
Same story. All the townspeople had the same story. They interviewed the doctor. They interviewed one person that was actually at the crash site that saw this crash, and he went up and described what he saw. about this different material that was on the ground that he's never seen before. And then the military police came within like 5 minutes and told him to get the fuck out of here or they're going to shoot him. So, and it was crazy because they brought him to the site. They ended up finding the site where the crash. Say that 3 times fast. Oh, shit. And he started like crying. Like, if he's making the shit up, he's the best actor in the world. Like, he is bawling.
Emotional? Why was he emotional?
Because it was the craziest thing that he's ever seen before. It's like the most traumatic event that he's like ever witnessed. He's reliving it for the first time since 96. And they brought him back, and yeah, it brought back flooded memories, and he's just fucking bawling out there. Like, it was like emotional. But they tried to talk to the military police officer that died. There was his partner was in the car with him, and they found him in the town, and they tried to interview him. And they go up to his house, and he's just looking out his window, and he's like, if this is about the ET, he's like, I'm not talking about it. And more or less, he's like, you got 5 minutes to get off my property before bullets start coming. And they're like, whoa, okay. And they kept trying to like poke him, like, hey, come on, like, let's get the story out, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nope, I'm going to shoot you guys. Get the fuck out of here, basically. It was a good fucking documentary. It's like hour 45 minutes long.
It's crazy.
Yep. I told you to watch it. I still can't believe you don't believe in aliens.
You know, yeah.
Could you imagine getting an alien on the team? Come on.
Alien?
Yeah. As an ambassador.
Coupon code will get used?
Yeah, dude, we won't even we will be the first people. Yeah. We can, whatever planet they're from, we can start pushing UXO products.
No, and I'm fucking with you. I believe that there's alien life forms out there. I don't believe we're the only ones out. There's this crazy post out there where the guy actually, I don't know how they made it, but it basically shows like our universe as we know it and how it expands out. And they have the scientific terms for all the other universes and like what we belong in. And it's like, we're just a speck.
Yeah.
Our universe is just a speck in the whole grand scheme of things. It's like, what the fuck?
It may be infinite.
Could be infinite. Yeah. And so, yeah, I believe that there's other life forms out there. I would just like to, know, and this is what's wild to me, right? Because like this stuff's coming out and it's like, oh, this is intriguing. We got to know about this, right? But then when the government comes out and says like, there's an aliens fucking mothership out there and they're sending, and nobody's like, people are like, meh.
Yeah.
If the government, so when the government's like, hey, we're not going to talk about this, then people are like, oh, what the fuck? They're covering something up. There's fucking aliens. But then when they come right out and say it, like, hey, there's a mothership that's coming in. It's somewhere in our orbit. Like, they're sending out fucking drones. People are like, get the fuck out of here. We don't trust you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly.
I just want some concrete evidence. Like, show me some shit.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. It's the same thing with like supplements. It's like I always have to look at clinical studies, and so I believe there's stuff out there. I just want to see the proof.
I mean, it makes sense that they would not tell the public about it, right? It would flip everything that we know upside down, and they could cause mass panic. Do I think it would? I don't think so. I think people are ready. Like, I really do think people are ready, and I think it would change our perspective on it would change our perspective on everything that we know, right? Yeah. But from a sense of a national security, like if we have craft and we are reverse engineering this craft, there's probably other countries that are already doing that too. We're not the only people that are probably have craft that are reverse engineering it. So I don't know. From a national security, we're ready. Like, come on, I'm ready.
Bring it on.
Let's do it.
Oh God! Tell you what. Want to talk about AI?
Yes. Let's.
Oh my God, that's another crazy shit that we got to worry about.
Yeah. Talk about the program that you just got access to. That you made me into a robot, which is fucking crazy.
Oh, it's I was surprised I got access to it. I can't remember the name of it, which sounds horrible, but.
Isn't it like Wonder or something?
Wonder Studio. There you go. I was just looking for it. So, Wonder Studio. I learned about this company like some time ago, and it's amazing because you can basically film anything you want, and in one click you can replace the person in the video scene as one of their, multiple pre-rendered creatures. So it could be a robot, could be like an alien, could be whatever. But with one click, like you literally go in and say, this is my character I want to select, and I want to replace this person in the scene. And it goes through and it wipes and does everything for you. It even adjusts the lighting so light reflects off of the creature just right. If it's a dark scene, it's darker. And it looks real. It looks damn good for just one click of a button. And this is shit that, like, when you think of movie studios and all the shit that they have to go through to replace someone in a scene, and they have the suits with all the sensors and stuff on it, like they get hardcore into it. Like, this is one evolutionary step to basically replace that.
Yeah.
Especially with how good it does with just one click. You're like, holy shit, like, it looks pretty fucking good. And so yeah, they grant me access, and I don't know how much the software is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be a grip, but they brought me in as like a beta tester, and they're like, hey, have at it. And I was like, sweet. So I've been fucking around with it and creating just weird shit. It's pretty spot on.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, how long did it take to render me? Like, not that long.
It takes, like, you record the video, you upload it, and it actually uploads really quick. But then to do the replacement and rendering, I mean, it was about an hour for a 15-second clip, which still, like, when you think about it, like, because I deal a lot with 3D rendered programs like Blender and Mayo. Mayo, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Cinema 4D, and they're pretty intricate, and they take a long time to render stuff out. So this program's rather quick for what it does, like, very quick, and for how accurate it is too. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, wasn't this created by the guy who you were saying that was in Hollywood prior, and he would do all the green screen effects? He was
one of the guys. He was one of the actors that they would put all the sensors on, and he would run around and like for Avatar. I think he was in that movie. He played one of the characters, and he's one of the motion sensors. So basically, his motion they would record, and then they would dump it into the 3D programs to create the characters. And he basically brought in some investors and some smart 3D guys, and they created Wonder 3D. So it was cool because I applied for it, didn't hear anything back, and I was like, oh, that sucks, And then they were on the national news, and they actually did a whole news broadcast where they replaced the news reporter with a robot, and it was like mimicking her every move, and they showed a side by side, and you're like, oh, that's badass. And I was like, yeah, damn. And then, like, literally the next day, they're like, hey, you've been approved. I was like, sick. So I immediately jumped in and started fucking with it. Dude. Made you a dancing robot. We can put that in here so they can see it, and have the side swipe so you can see side by side too comparison of you with the robot. Is fucking nuts.
You can see my dance moves, dance moves.
That's right.
Dude, it is going so quick though. I feel like ChatGPT got released, and now it's just like exponentially getting faster and faster and faster.
And that's always been the thing is as technology evolves. Like, even think back to like the days of the Apple I computer. Macintosh, and just how it exponentially gets better as more technology evolves. And same thing's going to happen with AI. And that's the scary thing, though. I don't know if you saw. So the grandfather of AI did like he was basically interviewed, and he stepped away. He stepped away because he doesn't want to be involved with what's coming down the line with AI.
I mean, there's going to be some nefarious actors, I feel like. We were talking about that the other day.
That's what his concern is. Like, he's worked for Google. Well, he's the original inventor of a lot of the AI stuff. And Google bought his company out for something was like $4 billion or some shit. They bought his company, but they brought him on board to further it forward. And he even recognized Google for being good stewards of the artificial intelligence technology and doing it the right way and doing it ethically. But his problem is the more that he sees what's capable with AI, and that they're trying to shut some things down because as it evolves, it's not going to be good for the planet, for humans. And he realized that there's bad actors in the industry can get their hands on this technology, and they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. That's why he's separated himself from it, because he knows it's only a matter of time.
I just don't think there's any pulling the plug right now. Can't pull the plug. It's out there. Like, it's only going to get better.
So there's a bill. I don't know if it's a bill, but it's basically like a petition to stop or to throttle down the evolution of AI. It was signed by a bunch of big-time people, including Steve Wozniak, one of the original founders of Apple, signed it. Like, you know, we need to shut this down. And I think you brought up the point the other day, like if we do that, the bad part is we stall our own progress where all our enemies won't.
Yeah, I think Elon was talking about that too. He's like, if the U.S. stops, like, there's going to be other countries that are going to keep pushing.
Right, and then we fall behind, and it's scary.
Yeah. I just saw saw a couple of things. It's funny this week. I saw some things about people using GPT to write them meal plans. You see that?
Oh yeah, people. Yeah,
you can do that. You can have ChatGPT write you workout programs too. 100%. Also, you can have them write out a grocery list of everything. You can have that with your meal plans. So write out literally everything, and you can say, "Hey, this is my weight. This is my goals. This is where I want to get to. Write me a program meal plan, grocery list for this," and it will spit you out
everything. It's crazy how and I don't know how it's being fed. Like it's using the internet as its database, so it has access to everything. And like Jenna, one of our bikini competitors, I filmed a series with her to help her out. So we did this whole like series on stuff. I don't want to divulge too much, but she was like, "Yeah, I saw your video about ChatGPT." She was like, "Explain to me what this is." So I showed her, and basically we did a whole series of videos, and it's an instructional series. And I was like, he was like, hey, for shits and giggles, I was like, let's just throw it in. Hey, I want you to create me a series of XYZ videos. What would you cover? And it spit out, and no bullshit, it spit out almost to a T every single video that we did that Jenna had wrote. And she was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah." Her mind was blown. I blew her mind in like 3 seconds when she was sitting there and reading through it. She's like, "Oh my God, this is everything that I have." Like, yeah, and it did it in like seconds. It's wild. But I don't know if you saw. So back to the which we covered a couple episodes back, the Boston Dynamics the robots. We were talking about those. I don't know. Did you see that New York?
Yeah, just implemented. They're using the dogs as well as the other robots.
Yeah, to cover. And like, if that wasn't scary enough, I was like, oh shit, like this is becoming really iRobot with Will Smith.
Yeah, Black Mirror-esque.
Yeah, but now they've also programmed those robots, so the robot dogs and the robots, they're going to have full access to ChatGPT.
Oh, goody.
So now, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like, that means that they'll be able to recognize what people are saying and, okay, I take this as a threat. ChatGPT, what does this mean? Boop, it's a threat. Like, that's scary as shit to me.
Yeah, and how can you say that's not intelligence? Like, that's not
right.
A life
You're feeding it intelligence. You're feeding it access to the entire internet. Like, you even talked about, like, people having chips in their heads. Like, these robots are going to have the access to the internet as their brain. What the fuck?
Dude, it's a great time to be alive to see this, but also it's
scary
as fuck.
Yeah, like I look at Wonder Studio and what we're doing with that. The videos, like, this is fucking awesome. ChatGPT for the business side, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side of it, is like, this is fucking scary.
And this is the start, dude. This is only a drop in the bucket. Like we are about to get. Like, we're gonna look back on this podcast, dude, 5 years from now, and we're going to be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's going to be something that you couldn't even imagine that's out there.
Right. I mean, it's already starting to happen. Like I told you, it was on the news, the nightly news, that there's been people already using AI. So there's a new one. There's a new program that I've also implemented, started using. It's called 11 Labs.
Okay.
11 Labs. And it's by far the best voice. So we use the Morgan Freeman voiceover in the beginning of like our first couple episodes, and it was shoddy. You could tell it was AI. It was like,
I kind of liked it that way.
It was cool, but you could tell it was like, there was like very robotic.
Yeah.
And it was missing inflection in the voice. 11 Labs is spot on. And you can sample anybody's voice. So you could record a clip of Joe Biden, of Barack Obama, of anybody, and you submit it to 11 labs, and it'll come back and give you basically that character to use. And it sounds spot on. It actually, you can't even tell. Like, we used it for one of our videos for UXL, right?
Yeah. And it was really good.
You couldn't tell it was AI. It sounded like holy shit. That's
like a British actor, or like a British,
yeah.
Not actor or actress, because it's not. Yeah. It's AI.
It was AI, yeah. And but people, I don't know if they're using that program, but essentially people have been going to taking videos. So be careful if you're posting stuff on social media. Like even me, I do those pre-workout reviews. They sample your voice. They send it in. They get it created as a character, and then they create a script, and they basically will call that person's relatives. And so there was a guy that got scammed. He was an older guy. He got a phone call. It was his kid. Like, I just was in a serious accident. I had $3,000 cash. Like, blah, blah, blah. XYZ's happening. Like, in straight up panic and like crying. He's like, it was my son, so I sent the fucking money. It wasn't his son. Someone used AI replication to replicate his son's voice, called him, requesting money, and got it. And it hasn't happened to just one person. There are reports of multiple people that this happened to. So bad actors are already using the technology to scam people. It's scary. Fuck. And it makes me worried as shit about my parents, because my parents are up there in age. So I already called them. Yeah.
Izzy and I had a conversation the other day. She's in her master's degree program right now, and I'm not going to say where or what, but I guess some of her classmates, she's in her hardest class of the actual program itself. Mm-hmm. She had to write a 14-page paper, right? And it was the weekend and was due on like a Wednesday or whatever. She has a group chat, and she's talking to her friends about it, and everyone's like, then there was a couple people that are like, hey, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm having ChatGPT write it for me. And she's like, what the fuck? She's like, I have spent countless amounts of hours and work on this. Yeah. And there's people that are just going to type it in, ChatGPT, and then kind of edit it a little bit. And that's what's happening. So how do you stop that in schooling, in colleges and universities?
I guess there's some program, I don't know how it recognizes it, but there's some way a program can tell if like something's been AI generated.
But you were saying even for like, was it Facebook or Google. Algorithm, there's a way to get around the algorithm now?
Supposedly, yeah. They say it's like, because Google has a way to check and see if you're using AI-generated text, like for your SEO or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's a plug-in for ChatGPT that claims that it can produce 100% authenticated human-written documents that can go undetected by these like AI crawlers. I don't know how accurate it is.
I don't know. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't know. Is it going to cause more harm than good to have these programs for these people? You know, and I'm not the one to say that, like, if I wasn't in school, if I wasn't in college right now as a kid, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old or whatever, probably be doing the same thing, like probably putting in my ChatGPT, like, hey, write me this, you know, whatever report, because I know that I would have waited till the last minute, and I wouldn't want to write it, you know.
Yeah, with, you know, like with Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
Dude, the power is out there right now, though.
The power is out there, and I don't know if they just need to lock it down to, like, government level. I don't know.
But like, do you want the government to step in and be like, yo, this fucking is done. We're done with this shit.
But here's the crazy thing. Because
anytime the government steps in on anything, it's all fucked.
But you think about GPS. Like, GPS, the government had it forever. We had that technology for the longest time, and it wasn't until, I don't know, like the early 2000s that they released it to the actual public. And the reason they released it was because it accidentally got leaked through, I forget what it was, but the government had access to it forever.
Yeah.
And then they finally released it to the public, and then that's why we have GPS navigation in your cars and stuff like that. Like, government had it for decades before that.
Yeah. I just don't think it's a good idea for more laws to come down from the government,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's scary.
Yeah. CEO of IBM made a statement about AI, and he said that the company believes AI will replace 7,800 jobs, and they're halting hiring in IBM. So now we're seeing it in the workforce that people are going to get replaced.
Well, they said that it was 85 million jobs by the year 2025, 26, something like that. Like they expect that AI will replace 85 million jobs in total.
So what do you do with
across
those?
all sectors?
What do you do with those people?
Who the fuck knows?
You do universal income?
We're already in debt, right? Like we're so far
I
in
don't
debt.
know.
They're
Like,
raising the debt ceiling again. Like how can we?
I don't know. Well, it's funny because I dropped off my car this morning to get tires, and the Uber driver, he was driving me, and we started bullshitting. Where are you from? Like just your background of your life, and he was talking about how he started driving Uber because he lost his job at a call center, Wells Fargo. They lost his job because they were outsourcing / using AI for call centers. And he was the manager. He was like the overlord of the call centers. And he's like, yeah, this is what I do now. And he was like, also, if you need some artwork for your gym, here's the other thing that I do. So he had like X amount of jobs because he's just trying to figure out what to do. But you're already seeing it in practice, AI take over. But what do you do with these people? Uber's going to be gone because there's just going to be driveless cars.
Yeah, there's going to be
truck drivers are going to be gone because they're going to be driveless trucks that you can.
Yeah. They're gonna have to find something.
Yeah,
like it's gonna have to go back to like trades. Like AI is not gonna be able to do plumbing. AI is not gonna be able to do framework. AI is not, and it sucks, but there's gonna have to be a lot of blue collar workers out there, and there's also gonna have to be people that are gonna use AI to their advantage and be ahead of the curve. And that's what I'm trying to do with UXO. Like we're using AI in every aspect that we can, and it's like how do we get ahead of this thing? Because like you said, it's not stopping.
No, it's
full
just
steam
ramping.
ahead.
Oh, it's just ramping up. This is just the fucking start, baby.
Yeah. How do you adapt and use it to your advantage to put you in a more advantageous position? And that's what people are going to have to figure out. So if they're going to lose their job to AI, how can they use AI to their advantage to grow?
Yeah. How can business automate things? Right. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's
not
about
even business, but individuals. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer to that, but that's what it's coming down. If you're talking about 85 million jobs are going to be replaced, like
it's going to hurt the economy big time. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
If World War III doesn't happen, AI's taking over. What the fuck?
Yeah. But
hard questions.
Such is life. We'll only have time to tell,
Yeah, until the robots come, and then they learn how to plumb, and then you just have robots coming to your house. And they're just plumbing and doing all the trade work.
I'll kick a robot in the dick.
Good thing they don't have genitalia. AI and aliens.
That's right. You're not going to get me, Espo robot.
No. That was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. What else is going on, man?
Just staying busy with here at the gym. I got, we got 47 competitors tomorrow. We got a 19-year-old that goes to the gym that's about to deadlift 800 pounds tomorrow, which is absolutely fucking absurd.
Yeah. That's nuts.
At 19 years old.
There's some, man, I don't know. There's some big kids out there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, right? Like I know that the Mecca, they train like the whole, I forget which school it is, but it's one of the high schools. It's their football team. They come in on Saturdays, they train. There's some kids in there that are just fucking lifting some weight. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, one kid's squatting, he's got 5 plates on. Like you're in high school, you play football. God damn.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody, when I was in high school playing football, there was nobody throwing around that type of weight. Kids these days are just beasts.
Yeah. We got lucky. I went to high school freshman year, 2007. we were fucking monsters. But we had a contract with the local gym, and the local gym owner was a Mr. West Virginia / he was a power lifter. And so he just pushed us into powerlifting. So all of us got strong as fuck. Didn't really equate to winning on the football field, let me tell you.
You're all strong.
But we were strong as fuck, man. We were pushing crazy amounts of weight. But we ended up, for my senior year, we made it to the playoffs in the first time for like a decade. Or maybe it was a little less than a decade. Probably 5 years. Yeah. Which was a big deal. And then we got fucking smoked by the state champs. And ended up winning that year. But yeah, it wasn't like, you're going to get strong, this is going to equate to the football field. No, you got to work on mobility as well, maybe speed work.
Yeah.
No, we just wanted to put more plates on in the weight room, dude.
Yep. Plates, more dates. Yeah, there was Garrett introduced me to this girl the other day. He's like, hey, I want you to introduce you to this girl. She's an ex-gymnast. She's going into wellness category. You know, and he was like, just come over and meet her. And she's shredded. She has huge fucking quads. She ripped, like abs, like, I don't know if it was a 12-pack, 18-pack, but just abs for days. And she's just shredded. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And so I'm over there talking to her. And she just turned 19. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, not to insult her, but it's like, I thought I was talking to like a 32-year-old. Like, she has like muscle, like just dense muscle. I don't know where the fuck it came from.
Yeah.
Unless she's just genetically gifted or what, but dude, some freaks out there.
Yeah.
Ages.
I mean, social media has done a lot of harm, but also has done a lot of good to push that narrative of strength, you know, and I feel like a lot of people have seen their friends lift through social media. You know, back in the fucking day, back in 2007, 2006, when we didn't have social media, dude, no one gave a fuck about lifting except for like this little group of us that were just like literally the black sheep of the, you know, we did it to get away. It wasn't like this fucking look at me, look how much I'm lifting. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm trying to get away, go into the dungeon of the high school lifting room to forget about my fucking worries and woes and bullying or whatever it was, dude. I'm getting in there to fucking grind because I had a shit day. It was never about, I don't think I videotaped myself once because we didn't have fucking, I mean, you had like video recorders and shit, but yeah, it wasn't about that. So it is cool to see a lot more people into lifting because it's a lifelong journey and it's definitely good for you.
Yes, sir.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the fucking above. But at the same time, you do have a lot of people that are doing it for the wrong reasons. To post that next post on social media, look at me, that kind of stuff, you know.
There's a lot of that.
And I go back and forth in my mind because is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that they are doing that and posting it about themselves? Because at the same time, it's still them trying to better themselves and get healthier and stronger, but they may be doing it for the wrong reasons. But it's also the same people.
I think that it shines through, though, with a lot of people. Like, you can tell when someone's authentic and when someone's... And that's why you asked the question to Chris was about what advice do you have for influencers out there today? Because, and he even mentioned, he's like, well, a lot of influencers are like, hey, well, you know, because they want to do it because they want more money or they want, you know, it's because they're trying to project a lifestyle, and that's not what it should be about.
Yeah.
It should be about
what you can provide for people.
What you can provide for people, but also like why you're doing it. Like, not just like, look at me, I want a hype video creator, I want this and that. Like, there's got to be some pain, there's got to be some struggle behind it, there's got to be some foundation why you're in there.
Yeah, and
it can't be to try and get rich.
Yeah, and you know, the beauty of powerlifting or bodybuilding or whatever it is it takes fucking years to get good. And to get great, dude, I mean, granted, there are those outliers and genetic freaks out there, but that's few and far. Social media will usually skew your view because all you see is those genetic freaks. All you see is those 17, 18, 19-year-olds that are deadlifting fucking hundreds and hundreds, 600, 700, 800 pounds, and you're like, I'm 17, why am I only deadlifting 300 pounds? You know what I'm saying? So there are the genetic freaks out there, but it hasn't changed. Like, it takes fucking, with any craft, with any skill, but I think it shines through with powerlifting because it's measured. It's like, okay, if I do this for this long, like, I'm going to get stronger, and it shows. But it hasn't fucking changed, and it will never change. I mean, granted, people, you know, get on steroids and that kind of stuff, and they'll get stronger, but yeah, that's why I fucking love this sport, man. I love lifting. I love powerlifting because it's measured, it's calculated, and it's like, if you can fucking, whoever does it the longest stays the healthiest and fucking puts in the most work, even if you have shitty genetics, you have the potential to win.
Right.
But that's life too. You can translate into life. Like, UXO, you've been fucking grinding for fucking X amount of years, you know? And getting traction now, baby. But how long were you in the fucking trenches?
Yeah.
Just trying to survive.
Right.
You know?
It's got to have that grinder's mentality. Grinder. Not
the app.
Not the app.
Not putting down anyone that's on that app.
Shit. Well, there we are.
We'll leave it on Grindr. You know, Grindr has like GPS on it.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
So you can see where people are at on the Grindr app. I swear. Yeah.
How do you know this, Nick?
I plead the fifth.
Serious?
Yeah.
Like, Tinder doesn't have that shit.
Tinder doesn't have it, but you know who has it bad is Snapchat.
I don't know.
Snapchat, you can see exactly where they fucking are. You have to turn it off, but you can see, like, you can scroll in. So you see your friends, and you can see what house they're in on the map.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
It's fucked. Yeah.
It's stalker shit.
Okay, I'm not a stalker, and I have never been on Grindr. But yeah, I had to turn that shit off because I don't want people. I don't want to know where. I don't want people fucking knowing exactly where I'm at all times.
Right?
Why would I want that
shit? That's what I'm saying. It's some stalker shit. Like, you leave that turned on, you have that one friend shows up. Oh hey,
dude, that's so crazy,
so
right?
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Remember when I messaged you 20 times last week?
Yeah.
You never responded.
So crazy that we're running into each other.
How about we have a drink? You want to get out? You know?
Leave me the fuck alone, Kyle. Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, we'll leave it on that. It's no one in particular we're talking about.
Okay. I can't stop. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
All right.
It's been fun. It's been real.
It's always been fun.
Yeah. Maybe sometime we'll get a guest on so you don't just hear me and John.
Yeah, like we said, guys, we've been distracted the past couple weeks, but we're getting back after it. I've got a couple people that we're, we'll have some good guests coming on here soon.
Yeah, so you don't have to hear us talk about Grindr and Kyle and AI taking over. And we didn't talk about China, which is good, but we did talk about aliens, so...
Yeah,
probably going to get that mixed in. We're probably going to get mixed in, all that mixed in every time you listen to us. So now you know. But
if they were Chinese aliens, dun dun dun,
our worst nemesis.
All right, but we'll be back next week, people, and we'll have some guests on here shortly.
If you like us, please like, subscribe, comment on anything that you heard from this podcast. If you liked it, if you fucking hate us. You can tell
us know that too.
Yeah, that's fine. If you say that we don't give any good information out, and why would people listen to this podcast? That's cool too.
We'll see you next week.